Hi, this is Carolyn Service, an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, coming to you from very rainy state of Maryland in the USA today. We are 6 days into the new year of 2024, and I have a fun fold that I'd like to share with you. It's called the Envelope Flap Fun Fold, and it's pretty simple, but I think it looks elegant. So here's like 2 samples of ones that I've made already, and just show you a little bit of how they work. So this little flap pops up, and then this comes down. It look like an envelope. Of course, you can decorate the inside. I haven't gotten around to that yet, but I just kind of wanted to show you how it works. And then you just put the flap back underneath. You can have any kind of image here. I've picked the Flight Airy Designer Series paper that is featured as one of the free items in our Bration catalog, which has just come out on the 4th of January. And so in here there's lots of free items with purchase. So you can purchase $100 and get free items. For instance, on this page, there's lots of items that you can just purchase $50 and get many items as well. Lots of designer series paper, stamp sets, and more designer series paper. I just think it is so pretty. There's actually some, I'm not sure if the gems are free. Yes, they are. Opaque faceted gems, free with a $50 purchase. But this is what I am going to feature today. It's called the Flight Airy Designer Series paper. It's found on page 6 of the Celebration catalog. If you're not familiar with Celebration, by all means leave me a comment. I'd be glad to share it with you, or just go to my Facebook page. I've also explained it in pretty good detail on there. And but for right now, I just want to show you how to make this card. I will show you a couple other ones that I've made using the same format. So this was with the new Fluffiest Friends stamp set that is in our new mini catalog that also just came out on January 4th. And basically, again, this works the same way. This flips open. Here I have added a little bit of decoration to the inside of this one. And then I'm sending these. I think I'm going to send these to my grandkids for Valentine's Day, but don't tell them. Okay. So let's get on with how to make this card. So you're going to start, get out my supplies here, with a card base that measures 8 inches. I'm sorry, scratch that. This is the backing piece. So this is put together a little bit different. So we're talking about this piece here, that's just on the back of the envelope. And it measures 5.5 by 4 1/4. So 5.5 by 4 1/4. And then we have a base that is, there we go. This one is the one that's 8 across the long edge and 5 1/4 down this way, and then it's scored at 4. Okay. And then we also have a piece of designer series paper. So this is out of the Flight Airy Designer Series paper that I showed you in the Celebration catalog, absolutely free with a $50 purchase. Okay, so with this needs to be scored at an angle so that you're actually coming up with a triangular shape. The easiest way I have found to do that, you can just do it freehand, but sometimes it's hard to get the points to come out that way. So what I've done is I've taken my paper cutter and I'm lining up the 2 points at opposite ends with the channel on my paper cutter. I'll put that down. I'm going to use my scoring blade. Now, I don't like to put my scoring blade right over a point, because a lot of times when you do that, it can scrunch up the paper. So I'm actually going to lift this up just slightly. I slide my scoring tool down into the center there. Make sure my points are lined up on that channel. So here and here. Maybe you'll see that better if I open it. So here and here. And then I'm going to take my scoring blade, and I'm just going to score that paper. Looks pretty good. So next I'm going to fold this point to point. Get that just so. And then I'm going to press that down, but I'm also going to burnish it with my bone folder. Okay. So next I want to create, I'm just going to put this over here for now. I want to create the image that I'm going to use to keep the envelope flap closed. So I have chosen this die cut out of the, excuse my reach, Sentimental Park die cuts. I showed you these. And we're going to be using the larger of the two, so there's a smaller one as well, but we're actually using the bigger piece. And then we're also going to be using this piece to cut out the image from the designer series paper. And I've actually pre-done that, so this is the image that I have chosen. Based on the colors in my designer series paper, I was trying to kind of match up the color of the birds because there's lots of them in this designer series paper. Let me just quickly show you before I go further, just to give you an idea of how pretty the images are in this designer paper. I know I'm going to be making more than, or getting more than one of these sets for free because I just love it. It's my favorite in this, in the selection in the catalog. So here is just to give you an idea. Actually, yeah. So this, here's the, actually this is the piece that I used to die cut my bird image from, so it's this piece right here. And then I love this one as well. Another one. This will make a great background paper, I think. Just put a sentiment on it and all the hard work is done for you. And then this one. Now this one I actually went through and I fussy cut. I like to fussy cut. There's a lot of people don't, but I actually enjoy doing that. And so I actually fussy cut some of these. Not all of them, because I just didn't know exactly what I wanted to do with this paper yet, so I don't want to cut all of it up, but I did, maybe if I put it here you'll be able to see it a little bit better. I did cut out several birds from that particular paper. Let me on the camera here, and you will see those as I go through some various cards coming down the pike here in the next few days. You'll see how I've used these old cutout birds. Then I also die cut lots of them, as you can see here, out of the papers. Now what I like to do is I'll die cut some, and then whatever I can't die cut, because the die cut just won't fit around the image any longer, I will sit at night while I'm watching TV and just, another one of those, and just fussy cut these. I like to do that. It keeps me from falling asleep while I'm trying to watch a movie. So I hope this isn't all too busy for everybody, but just trying to share with you some of what I'm working on with this beautiful designer series paper. Okay, so back to the card. Sorry, little squirrel action there, if you get my gist. Okay, so I'm going to take this particular die cut, I've already die cut that one, and I'm going to bring in my brand new little mini cut and emboss machine. So this was my Christmas present to myself. I'm excited to use it. I've only used it one time, and that was just before the video, just so I could make sure that I knew how it worked. And it works just like the bigger cut and emboss machine. The only tip that I learned was on the edges of the plates, they're beveled, and it is best if you kind of like don't layer them all up on top of each other, but actually move them so that they remain beveled, if that makes sense. So I'm going to take my first my number one. So what I love about this too is that all the plates are numbered and they have all of the directions written right on there. Makes it very easy for people who might not be able to figure it out on their own, like me. Okay, so that's going to go first with the beveled edge towards the machine, and then one cutting plate, again beveled edge towards the machine, then my paper, my cardstock, and then my die cut. Okay, and then last but not least, the last plate, get this down here a little bit so I'm more in the frame, the last but not least plate. Okay, and then I'm just going to slide these all through. Bingo. I'm loving the fact too that I can bring this into the room where I record. I wasn't really thinking of that as being a big bonus when I bought it, but now I'm realizing, oh, for sure it is. So then I'm just going to remove this inside piece. This can go away for the moment. And, oh, I should have brought in my little brush to get all the little pieces out of there. But for right now, I'm just going to kind of go over them with my finger. See if I can get a lot of them. Yeah, they just pop out. But we do have like the little brush that goes on your pick tool. That's the hard part about videoing in a room that is separate from where I actually craft, because all of my supplies are actually in the other room, and then I have to try to remember to bring things in here. But actually, let me maybe just see if I can get some of them out real quick, just using my tip of my scissors. Oh yeah, that works pretty good. Okay. And it's not that you actually have to even get these out. It's going to look pretty regardless of whether all the little pop outs, is that a right word? Die cuts? I don't know. Are out or not, but I think I've got enough of them out that I'm happy with that. But just know that you can actually get them out with the brush tool. That is an add-on to the pick tool, if that makes sense. Okay, so sorry about that. I'll try to do better in the future and remember to bring all my supplies in. I thought I had. I've got a ton of supplies here to do some videos, and thought for sure I'd remembered everything, but you know, life happens and my memory is not the best. So I'm thinking that's going to be good, just like that. Okay, now this is the fun thing about this die. When I saw this die and how it worked, I said, oh, I gotta have that. Just because for one thing, it's just different, but for another thing, is the result of it is really pretty. So you're kind of gonna bend this backwards a little bit, and then you're just going to slip this underneath that flower image, or flower piece of the die cut, I should say. And then go to the other side and kind of do the same thing. Just fold this up a little bit and just slide it right under the flowers. Isn't that cute? I just love that. I mean, it's just something unique. We've never had anything quite like that before that I'm aware of. Can I maybe come in just a little closer for you so you can see that better? That might work better. And so now that's going to be the piece that keeps the envelope flap closed. So I'm going to bring this back in. Now, what I want to point out is this also is different in that the fold of the card is at the bottom and not the top. You know, normally our cards are like this and we open them up this way, but this one is just the opposite. So it folds at the bottom, then this piece is going to go at the top. So one of the tricks that I learned is to open this card up like so. Take your glue and put it on 1/2. Oh, of course not. Oh, here we go. Okay. 1/2 of your designer paper on the triangle. But don't yet put glue this on. Instead, turn it over so that the side that doesn't have the glue on it is the one that you're just going to put down on the front of your card, like so, and then get it all lined up. Okay, then close the card back here. Close the card. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit more because I feel like I'm too close. Okay, then close the card and then put that back flap down. And then you know that you've got it all lined up. You don't have to worry about the glue getting on your card in a place that you don't really want it. Okay, so that's how it works. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we're going to take some dimensionals and we're going to put 3 dimensionals across the bottom only. Make sure I'm doing the bottom. Yep. Okay. Across the bottom. And then I like to add one right at the tip of my envelope flap. Right there. Okay, and then just peel off the protective backing. Boy, it is a super rainy, yucky day here in Maryland today. Okay, and then you're going to line this back up so that it's in the middle of your card, and you're going to attach it using, I got that straight, yeah, using all of the dimensionals that you just added. Is it crooked? It looks crooked. I can't get right up on the, let me just pick that up just a little bit. Oh yeah, it's a little crooked. Right up over top of it, otherwise you would see the top of my head. So I'm doing the best I can to get that lined up. I think that's better for sure. Okay, then I also thought it's got a lot of white space, and I was trying to think whether I should put one more dimensional, but I think not. I think we're going to be good with that. I thought it had a lot of white space. I kind of wanted to fill some of that in, so you could kind of like use any little flower design or hearts or even a small sentiment if you wanted to. I chose the Country Bouquet stamp set. I love this little flower design right here. This is a really nice stamp set I might add for Valentine's Day coming up real soon. You might want to take a peek at that. Okay, then I'm just going to put this on a block. And I'm going to use the Bubble Bath ink, because I just want this to kind of be subtle. I don't want it real dark. But you could use any of the colors really, I would think, in that designer paper, but I'm going with this one. And I'm just going to add a few random images. You don't even have to have it all on the paper. Like, you can stamp off a bit if that's better for you. If you think that looks better, which I kind of do. And then I'm going to add another one there. And another one sort of off the edge again. Okay, I like that. And then to just kind of highlight those flowers, turn this back around again, I'm going to add some of the gems from the pack. This is called Tinsel Gems, and I'm just going to add a few of those in the center of my flowers. I don't know, should I do blue or should I do, oh, I don't know, let's see. Oh, kind of like that. Let's see if I like this one better. Oh yeah, I think I like this better. Okay, so just going to add 4 of those, 1 to each of the flower images. I can see, I'm going to go through these fast. They're just so pretty. And 1 there, and then 1 more down here. Okay. And actually this little guy doesn't belong there. He belongs back on the sheet. Alright, so that is the card, and really quick and easy, don't you think? I just thought it was pretty unique, and I loved the way it opened. I loved being able to use these Sentimental Park die cuts. I just make sure real quick while I'm saying that that's actually the name of the dies as well as the stamp set. Yes, it is. And so there you have it. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, I hope you will even subscribe. And I just want to provide more service to my customers in 2024. So hopefully you'll see lots more videos coming your way. So until then, I'm Carolyn Service, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, coming to you from rainy Maryland. Until later, have a good one. Thanks for dropping by.